Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our second episode of WeAmError.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I'm joined by Crispy.
As always.
Today we got a little bit of a survival horror game.
You going to introduce yourself?
But by now, they should know us. I mean, it is the second episode.
It's the third episode in all,
so by now they should know us. No, I'm Omega.
Yes, because we are so popular. Our videos are just exploding on the internet. We're getting like a view a day.
Yeah, like a view a second, man.
A view a second day.
No, it's more like a view a week.
Yeah, maybe less. Nonetheless, we're doing Soma.
I already ordered my limousine from the internet.
Oh yeah.
Expecting to pay from the money I make from this.
Yeah, no, we totally.
By the time it arrives, I should have made enough money.
I'm already in talks with architects and you know home designers and shit like that. Just getting the stuff ready for when the money actually explodes into my bank account. I don't know how this works. I think YouTube kind of works like magic. It's a lot like magic. Like the people just you just get the money. You just get the money. It's like
they just give it to us, don't they?
Yeah. They just give
every week we get a paycheck. At the end of the week.
From YouTube themselves. It says YouTube on the check, and it says you've gotten a certain amount of views on your video, and every view equals to $2.
I think they just give you money. If you just upload a video to YouTube, you just get like money.
You just get a blank check. Just a blank
check. You fill in the blank.
You.
Isn't it like $100 per video they have online?
No, you just write in how much you think you deserve. How much you think you deserve. How good your videos are. You judge. It's the honor system. I think that YouTube works on the honor system. You choose how much money you want to make, and you just write it in.
How much you think you deserve.
How much you think you deserve. We obviously think we deserve at least 10 grand a video.
Exactly what I was
That's how
thinking.
much. Yeah, like about 10 grand a video. That's at least gonna be good enough for me to actually afford that mansion. I think at least an apartment. I mean, at least an apartment. You can probably move into
a limo.
Or a limo. Yeah, we could probably look at some good sound studios. And then we can actually ask like 20 grand a video.
Yeah, because then
it's like properly produced and shit.
Before we delve too deep into this nonsense, let's talk about the game, because it's already like a few minutes in.
Yeah, and nothing's happened. I had a little bit of a quick scan through the video, and I wanted to ask you if you actually did see the monsters, because I know the frictional games...
you do see them at the end.
Yeah, I know that frictional games certainly like to...
Drag it out.
Drag it out, the beginning.
No, they make tension.
That's pretty much how you make the game. I mean, these games I still can't play, because... they just freak me out so much.
I have to say that this game, in the beginning, because this is about like an hour, it's about 37-minute playthrough.
Yeah.
In the few 20 minutes, it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
But actually, in this whole playthrough, it's pretty scary. But after I played the game further, after I record the video, you kind of get used to it, the monsters and the sounds. It's not as scary as Amnesia,
because I think Amnesia has a little bit more of the madness thing going. Like you can sort of feel your own character, go crazy with you. Where I don't really see how robots make you crazy in this game. Do they actually explain it? Because I saw the screen going weird.
Yeah, the screen goes like all
blurry and weird.
Digital noise
stuff. But you're not a robot, are you? You're probably
I don't want to spoil
I think
anything
you're a
for
robot.
the game.
You're probably a robot.
At this point in the game, you're a human.
I've not played this. I've not seen this. I've followed it slightly.
Yeah.
I certainly love the graphics. This
it is a pretty game compared to Amnesia, because Amnesia wasn't a pretty game.
It wasn't made for graphics. I think.
It is a small project. I don't know how many people is involved in the making of these games.
I know they made Penumbra, and I don't know how successful Penumbra was, but
not that successful.
I think they first got a little bit of success with the Amnesia series.
No, definitely, yeah.
Mostly through Let's Plays and shit. Scary...
PewDiePie, probably.
PewDiePie. We shouldn't say his name. I think we're going to have to bleep that part.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put a bleep over there.
Or else he's going to ask for his 10 grand.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to get it.
Yeah, he's probably going to get it if he asks for it.
Plus, he was on South Park, so...
I think we can say that. So with the beeps we put in there and the deductions people can make, they can know who we're talking about.
This guy is a Swede. I think he's Swedish.
Or Finnish, or like...
One of those.
He's somewhere from the Scandinavia parts of the world.
Yeah.
I know that. He looks very...
young.
Aryan. I was going Aryan, but...
Aryan. He does look very Aryan.
So he's probably German or something. Third episode and we're already racist. Yeah. I like it.
Let me just get into the game quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you start off with this guy.
I see it's
you don't know much about yourself, other than you've got a schedule or scheduled yourself for an appointment with a doctor for a brain scan or something similar. So now you just have to drink like the liquid they use for scans, whatever they call that.
Oh yeah.
And you're off to your appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much the.
So that's the whole synopsis we have in the beginning here. So you don't have like amnesia in this game,
no,
like you do in
obviously
Amnesia.
not. Otherwise, they would have called it amnesia.
I think that would have been actually pretty cool if they made like an amnesia where it's like robots, which is sort of this is exactly what this is. That's awesome. I'm gonna play this now.
This game is really cool, I have to say. But the thing about fictional games, what they do good is they write really great stories.
I didn't really follow the story of the Amnesia games. I only played the first and the second one.
The first one story, I mean, it's not the best story, but
I should be able to
it's very Lovecraftian, and I love that.
Yeah, I know.
I really like the stories, yeah.
Everybody loves Cthulhu.
A Machine for Pigs had a better story, but the gameplay wasn't as good for me as the original Amnesia.
Yeah.
It had one of the best endings in any
doing her any favors.
type of media,
A Machine for
book,
Pigs, no.
movie, anything, yeah. Sorry. The ending was amazing. It had this monologue.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not going to say it, but it had a monologue.
It had a...
That's really
had a
just
monologue.
fucking amazing.
Alright.
See you later.
I'll actually just go on YouTube and...
Do yourself a favor and go do it. And the
Just look at the
soundtrack
end.
is amazing that goes with the monologue.
Yeah.
And the way they introduce the monologue into that part of the game, really, really cool.
The thing I thought when I saw Soma for the first time was, it was obvious that it was a frictional game. Frictional games production, it was very obvious.
All their games use the same mechanic.
It has the same mechanics, but I also thought, Amnesia was such a good idea or a good IP to actually have as a horror game. The whole Lovecraftian, the whole horror setting. So this is kind of weird, like a sci-fi story, because, like I said, it's easy to make madness.
Yeah.
Madness in
I think they did it well, the sci-fi, because they're going back to the old school sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like we saw in the beginning of the game, first thing you see is a Philip K. Dick quote.
Yeah.
So they really go into that direction of sci-fi, where it's not just about robots and lasers and monsters or whatever. It's more about a human element that you can relate to. Mm-hmm. That's told in a sci-fi setting.
So this game actually released after, or like, there was another game that released that everybody also knows, Alien Isolation, between this and the last Amnesia game. Would you say there's a lot they actually do that Aliens do? Because I saw the Alien game and I saw this game and I thought, oh, that looks actually a lot like Alien Isolation as well.
Well, the game has that theme of this dark
sci-fi world
setting, yeah. Which is similar to Alien Isolation. But, I mean, I guess the gameplay is similar.
Because the sci-fi look and stuff of this one looks very 80s as well, as but not as 80s, obviously, as Alien Isolation.
But it has the old gritty dark.
Yeah. Just going to say that I love Alien Isolation for an hour or two, and it's just awesome walking into rooms, just admiring the...
In the beginning of the game, the area you start off with, that was like super like retro.
Yeah.
And like there's small robots and stuff on the table and
so many stuff in that game that was just so awesome, but I don't know, they sort of ran out of ideas, I think, very quickly in that one, and they tried to stretch it out very much. Like the whole game is stretched out. I remember like just a single mission, just a single part of every game. Like, just okay, I need to get from here to the medical ward or whatever, and it's not even like 100 meters apart.
The game takes a long
and it's
time.
just that 100 meters, and it took fucking an hour.
For me,
just
that
to
is a
cover
really
that.
stupid mechanic. And even these games, the Amnesia, Penumbra, and this game also follows that mechanic of this thing stalking you, and you try to avoid it.
Yeah.
But it just takes time. So in the beginning, when you encounter your first monster, it's awesome. But it gets really old really quick, and it gets just annoying.
I'm really wondering if like these guys are really gonna have to think a lot about what they're gonna have to do next, because this is the third one they made that's very popular, and it is the third one that has exactly the same mechanics.
I don't mind. For me, it's about the story.
It's a sci-fi setting now, I guess, but
I don't mind the mechanic. For me, it's the same. It's a simple mechanic.
The mechanic for me got like very tiring already, like within half the first one.
I must say, in the first one you had the mechanic where you had the oil for your lamp, and they just removed. They never had that in a game ever again, which is fucking great because that was stupid.
Just stupid.
There were so many times in Amnesia that I was just running around dark rooms, just trying to find fucking oil matches or whatever.
Yeah, I think I actually got really sick of that whole mechanic of the oil thing.
Yeah.
That was the only part I cheated. Just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do just unlimited oil. Yeah. I didn't wanna screw around with that stuff the whole freaking time.
Yeah, a Machine for Pigs, they already removed it, so never saw it again.
You don't have like an electric lamp in Machine for Pigs?
I think so, yeah.
It's an electric lamp.
Because it was a bit more...
Yeah, no.
It was in the industrial era.
Yeah. It's like in the beginning of the First World War.
Yeah.
Right.
So please explain to us what's happening here.
Okay, so now you went to the doctor that's going to scan you. The scan there, I think you've got some sort of brain disease. And this is an experimental scan that this guy is attempting. And now he's going to scan your brain.
He's copying you. There, I just called it.
Probably something like that. But you'll see now it actually gets a bit weird.
You're a robot. You're a bishop.
Yeah, the game... There's also something that I don't like. Also with a lot of games that uses that noise.
Yeah,
I think Alien Isolation also used it.
Yeah, no, big time.
If a game has that noise, I just automatically just go, first thing I do, turn it off.
It worked so well in Alien Isolation for me, because like it made that 80s thing just hammered that
Also, I
point
played
home.
the Call of Cthulhu game recently, which also had the noise. Just turn that shit off, man.
Just turn it off. I always turn off motion blur in games, because that really annoys me.
Okay, so now you wake up in a strange dark room. And you'll see now everything
is different.
Yeah. You're in a different world. I don't want to spoil much, but you'll see you're in the future even.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. Yeah, you got copied. You're a robot. End of story. There, I just broke it. I just broke the game. We can stop doing the video now. Nobody needs to watch the rest.
So, technically, I think later on you go into space. Technically, this is not a space game because you start off in an underwater station.
Okay.
Underwater.
It's very 80s.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Well, they probably went for the 80s route.
Yeah. I certainly think that no game's ever going to do it as good as Alien Isolation, though, because that was just...
Yeah, but they had the content to do it. Did you play Penumbra?
No.
That wasn't that great.
It has the same physics puzzles and shit, right?
Except you have a weapon.
You have a weapon.
Yeah. There you can actually kill stuff instead of just running around. But obviously you have limited ammo.
This game and the Call of Cthulhu game, or this company, the fictional game, doesn't have anything to do with the Call of Cthulhu game.
Call of Cthulhu was Bethesda.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, that wasn't, like, a very early attempt by the same guys. Because it has it has the same sort of minimalist
Well, I mean,
gameplay mechanics.
This gameplay mechanic you see in a lot of games. It's
Now-
your basic adventure
you see
game.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see this beforehand. The physics,
The physics you didn't see.
no.
But without the physics, it's just a standard adventure game.
I don't know, yeah, well, I guess. But, like,
Here, you can pick up stuff and you have to open doors and drawers.
yeah.
You don't just press a button, you have to physically fucking move the mouse.
Yeah, you gotta physics that shit.
Yeah.
Doors open.
I'll perma seal as many as you can, rather not take any chances.
Roger.
And obviously the game is very dark.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
No,
Keep posted.
this is...
I'm
This is still
The
light.
lights are still on here.
Do you actually get a torch in this one?
You get it a bit later on in the game. Yes.
You get like a proper torch, not like a.
Use a lamp, no.
That
That
would
would be
be.
stupid.
I think that would be pretty cool. Do you? I wonder if you actually go into underwater. Like, do you walk
You do. There's
underwater and stuff?
quite a large part where you
Do it
yeah.
underwater. That's gonna be a porno one day. Do it underwater.
It's probably already a porno.
Probably.
But yeah, this game is much better than Amnesia. Amnesia had a blurry effect.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the first level, that wasn't that great. This one is much more clear. The lighting is done much better.
Yeah, no, I can see that the aesthetics of the game is different to the Amnesia games. They were very smooth, like the stuff was very smooth.
I would say they were actually very clunky.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole lighting situation in that game was very smooth for me. Like, maybe it's just my graphics.
I think it maybe just, I don't know, the lighting was smooth,
Yeah.
but the game looked clunky. The objects looked clunky. Everything looked clunky.
I don't know if that was one of the games that you walk into like a book for an hour, like you bump off the book, like physics objects that just screw up the game. I don't
I
get
don't
that
remember
from the
bumping
game.
in a book or any small objects.
There's a lot of games that
Yeah, no, I
that's
know what
like
you're saying,
physics
yeah.
based, and you just bump into a book or something, and it just bounces you back.
Talking about physics, I've recently been playing around with the Unity engine.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, physics is a bitch, man. If you don't know anything about physics, like me,
And we're not scientists.
No.
We don't know any of this
I
stuff.
barely can do basic math, man. I need a calculator to do like the most basic math.
Yeah, we play D&D with calculators.
Yeah. Usually when we play D&D, I ask other people,
How much is this?
yeah, because I fuck it, man. I'm not a scientist.
I gotta say that my math skills has certainly improved since I started playing D&D. Like, I can do
Yeah.
basic arithmetic a lot quicker. Like basic 12 plus 14s.
I know how to do math. It's just I can't do it out of my fucking head. I don't have a logical brain like that.
That's what happened. Like,
Yeah.
my brain developed that part when I started playing the D&D. Not very well.
Yeah.
I'm not like a fucking mathematical genius now, but my arithmetic certainly got better.
Went from pretty stupid math to math genius just by playing D&D.
Just D&D. No, that's not gonna happen.
So you encounter your first robot,
Yeah?
and you don't really know much about what's going on. But yeah, that's one of the robots. Not one of the enemies, but there's various robots around the game.
That you just meet, like NPCs.
Yeah. Now this game was quite scary in the beginning, but after a while you get kind of,
Used to it.
I wouldn't say used to it, it's just maybe used to it, but it also doesn't happen that often.
I think like
The scary parts.
these types of games can certainly do with at least a little bit of combat. Like,
I would
the
also say,
smallest amount
yeah.
of combat.
I mean, after Amnesia and A Machine for Pigs, I was at my fix of games with no combat.
Yeah.
And like I said, okay, it's fine for me if you don't have combat, but then enemies have to be like minimal, because then it just becomes a chore.
Yeah.
Like I said, because now you just, okay, there's an enemy, you have to hide. Well, so like later on in the game, you'll be in like an area with about 5 rooms, big room in the middle and smaller rooms around,
Yeah.
and you have to. The same with Alien Isolation, you have to walk from
One small room to another small room, yeah.
back to another, but you have to fucking avoid this stalking creature the whole time, and it gets annoying.
Yeah.
A Machine for Pigs did it better. The monsters were easier. They were not as often. That I like that.
Mm.
In this game, later on, you see another enemy, and they're pretty easy to avoid. So I guess
I think, like, if they actually just introduce a slight bit of combat, just enough to still make your first option running away,
yeah,
that would actually work well. You know, maybe if it's just like you get like a lead pipe. You just get a lead
Yeah.
pipe, and you can just, sometimes when you're pushed into a corner, you could maybe just one out of 2 times perhaps get away by
but that's like
beating
with Penumbra. You had like a gun, but you had like very limited ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in Cthulhu as well. It's
Yeah.
like your gun isn't supposed to be your first option.
No, running is the first option.
Yeah, I think like it should just add like a little.
I
bit
really
more.
loved the fact that Amnesia had no weapons.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
no.
fucking awesome. But by the time I finished the second Amnesia, I was looking for like that was cool. Now you can give me a gun again.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Don't give me a gun. Give me a flare gun. Don't give me a sword, give me a pipe. You know, just
Sword in space lightsaber.
yeah, just give me a lightsaber and it's all done.
Another thing that these fictional games really do well is they don't really rely on jump scares. They really rely on
Atmosphere and
no, not really. Not only that, they unsettle you.
yeah.
I remember Amnesia, like the first few hours of the game, there was a lot of jump scares, or you know, they create tension with like that monster in the water. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. You just see the footsteps in the water.
But later on in the game, there's no jump scares. They just fuck with your brain. And there's one part where you get to these torture chambers that was just, it really unsettles you. It's like, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
That I
remember
really
the
like
screams
that.
and the sounds that just run through the torture chamber. I think you did show me that
Yeah,
part.
that was awesome.
No, like I said, I can't play these games. I just get too freaked out. Like I can feel my heart racing at like 120, and then
It's
I'm like,
weird for me because I love these games, and I know a lot of people that really just can't play them.
I can play them. It's not a problem. It's just like after a while, I just don't like my heart beating at 120, like constantly.
I like being scared if there's no actual physical reason to be scared, or real reason.
Yeah.
I like being scared by movies or games. Obviously, if someone's got a gun to my head, I'm not gonna like it.
I'm an adrenaline junkie. I like my adrenaline. I go bungee jumping. I'd go, you know, air gliding and the skydiving stuff. I'll do that.
So you'll go skydiving, but you don't want to play.
No,
Scary
that's
game.
not what I said. I said I just don't like my heart rate racing for hours on end. Like, that's like, if I play the whole game, I just know my nerves are gonna be so shut. Like, anybody's just gonna open my door and it's just gonna be like me, just jump scare, just immediately piss in my pants, you know? It's just like, I don't like that whole tension thing the whole time. Just
Yeah.
like, the whole time I'm on edge.
Yeah, well, obviously these games rely a lot on tension.
Yeah. No, obviously. I just mean, like, that's the part I don't like. I don't mind being scared. Just being on tension for, like, hours on end. That's the reason I stopped playing these, because I'm just on tension the whole time.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, no, that's not... It's fun for a while, and then it's like, I don't want to play this anymore.
So you can see already how dark it is now.
Yeah.
And you get your first taste of, whoa, what was that in the distance? There was a light.
Was there a light?
Yeah.
I didn't see the light.
But yeah, this is your first taste of the tension, and only about half an hour later you get to see the first monster.
That's how they do it.
Yep.
That's something from Alien Isolation.
Yeah, you get this Omni tool that you mainly use just to open doors, though.
Yeah. Well, that's why you had one in Alien Isolation as well.
Up to 3, including...
And this game is not as... I don't know, I remember... Amnesia was quite difficult. There's a lot of puzzles. I remember you got lost a lot more. And this one, not as much.
Do you have like a map?
No.
Didn't they help you that much?
You read the signs on the walls.
I started playing the Batman games again. The Batman. I played the Batman City, Arkham City, and one thing I did notice about those games is they don't necessarily tell you where to go. Like, it's also a little bit of looking around stuff, and that's something you don't find in games anymore. It's
But I like it when they tell me where to go. Because I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for shit.
We had a conversation about this last time, you know, the whole searching for health. It's sort of in the same vein, where you don't want to stop the flow of the game necessarily.
Yeah.
I just mean, like, it's nice to see it again, like a game that doesn't necessarily just hold your hand the whole time. Like, that's annoying for me in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
where
honestly,
it's
but
like,
Call of Duty does it like the worst.
yeah, they literally have you on a leash there. And I say literally because the game doesn't allow you to stray away from the
That
leash.
game is super linear.
Incredibly linear.
But, I mean, today you see so many games. Most of the games that are releasing now are all a form of sandbox.
What's happening here? Is somebody actually talking? I didn't have that much sound on.
Trying to figure out how this thing works. And I'm reading the stuff, because obviously the game relies on...
Yeah, no. You actually
this
have
is
to
a tutorial,
do the puzzle. You have to do the puzzle.
Yeah, this is a video that's telling you a bit of a
So there's
background.
actually some...
Yeah.
some
I don't know
sound.
why.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You actually need to hear the sound here.
It's fine. Planning on playing this game myself as well.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game. I would definitely recommend it. It came out last month,
Yeah.
so it's quite new.
It goes for $30,
Yeah.
I think, on the Steam, and it's getting crazy good reviews. All of these games get crazy good
Because
reviews.
of this, I think it's just the way they deliver this tension and the scariness. That's not just jump scares and the story.
Endgame critics are whores.
Yeah, man, these games are good, man. These are good games.
Game critics certainly
These
do
games
enjoy
really deserve good reviews because it's a really small company that's making them, and they're quality games.
Yeah, that end. Reviewers are whores. Very, very big whores. They rather enjoy choosing a series and giving all of them a good score, no
Yeah.
matter what. Final Fantasy pops in mind. This.
Maybe if we liked those types of games, we could actually see that they were actually good games.
No, Japanese games aren't good. I'm still sticking with that
I'm
one.
pretty sure there have to be some of them that it's good because people fucking love them for some reason.
Yes, people enjoy S&M as well. I don't understand why.
Yeah, but you
And
can't really
foot
compare.
fetish.
It's not on the same level.
It's still, people are fucking weird. There's a very large group of people that really enjoy Japanese entertainment.
And culture.
We don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense.
We're gonna get a lot of hate for this.
We better. That means a lot of people are watching our videos,
Yeah.
and we can cash bigger checks.
It's all about
that looks cool.
comments.
Yeah, our comments are going to be flooded. We said that with both our other videos, and we still don't have any.
I'm here.
Ready to let it go yet?
I guess so.
Yeah, Japanese culture is kind of weird.
Yeah, big time.
Gonna stand on the fish's back.
Big time.
I'm gonna miss this.
And the people who like them are kind of weird as well.
We worked here for
I don't have any anime friends, like people that are big time into anime.
I used to date an anime girl.
Yeah, how'd that turn out?
By anime girl, I mean she wasn't real. She was a girl from anime.
Oh,
No. A real girl. I dated a girl who used to like anime a lot.
a lot.
I mean, I watched some few animes with her. Some of them weren't bad. Alpha and Elite, I remember, wasn't that bad. There was another one, Chrono Crusade.
Yeah.
I would never watch these stuff on my own, but when I watched it with her,
Yeah.
some of it wasn't all bad.
We had a anime channel as well.
Animax.
Animax.
Yeah.
But there's no more Animax, is there?
No, but come on, the whole idea of anime channel. I mean, there's a lot of people who like Japanese culture and anime. There's not that much.
I think I watched like a few episodes of Evangelion.
Yeah.
Because it was in English. They had all the shows in English. And apparently don't watch any anime in English. It's like a big no-no, but I don't want to read the whole time.
Yeah.
I miss what's happening. That's
Yeah.
why people like anime, because they don't know what's happening on the screen because they're reading the fucking subtitles the whole time.
Even when it's dubbed, I still don't know what's going on. That's the thing for me about anime.
What the hell is that, a robotic anus?
Yes. No. I'm not sure what those are. I've played a few hours into the game. I'm still not sure what those are. They disable like power.
Oh.
Or they disable things around it.
That's weird.
Or they enable power. I don't know, they enable stuff.
Alright.
I've never gotten to a area or a place in the game where they actually explain the
Why?
robotic anuses.
This game looks very good.
And I don't know
Gotta
why.
say.
This is another thing in games that games do a lot. Is if you were that guy and you walk into this room and you see this throbbing robotic anus,
yeah.
the first thing that you're gonna do is not put your finger in there.
I try and throw something at it first. I'll try and...
Poke it with a long stick, not your finger.
I'd certainly throw it with something first, and then if that doesn't provoke a response, I'll try the stick. And maybe if that doesn't provoke a response, I'd consider going near it. Penis first.
Tongue first, man. First thing you do, just tongue it lightly.
That's definitely the type of thing that somebody would stick their penis in.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Well, man, it's a throbbing robotic anus.
We were talking about something about anime. I forgot.
Yeah, I dated a girl that
Like
liked
some
anime.
Yeah, I had friends that liked anime, but they could never convince me that anime was worth watching.
I've tried so many times. We've talked about this before. I've tried
many
watching
times.
it. I've tried watching. What's the other one I'm watching now? It's
Very strange. Japanese have actually like a saying, Western game, shit game. You know, they hate like Western games excessively. Like, I don't understand why. There's not a single Japanese game that's
I
even
don't think
slightly
they don't like consistency
maybe that's it. I mean, there's...
and normality.
I just mean that there's
They
like...
don't like realism.
You look at like any Japanese game, any of them. None of them look like Fallout. None of them look like, you know, some of them might look a little bit like Dragon Age Inquisition, you know, a little bit, but there's like such a big difference between the two. You can play either of them and, you know, notice immediately this is Japanese, this is Western developed. It's just, there's just such a big divide between the two, and it's very strange for me. I'm just meandering now on the whole...
Before we go on, so here you see this robot thing, and it's got about a sense of humanity to it, so you get your first taste of what's going on here. You've got these robots, but they act like humans.
Which one's that now? The one that you're pulling the cords out of?
Yeah, the thing, the
Underground,
pile
yeah.
of thing.
The pile of flesh,
thing.
flesh and wires on the ground.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you is, name one Japanese company that made a game that wasn't blatantly Japanese.
Yeah. I'm trying to think now. There might be a little bit of the what's he called, the Suda 50 something, Suda 51, the guy that made Killer 7, Shadows of the Damned, I think was one of the games. Anyway, he's one of the guys that actually make a little bit more Western games. At least the graphics looks a little bit more Western-y. But still, it's like you just notice like the dialogue is so Japanese. Like everything they say just sounds wrong, and just a slight bit of a
Well, let's say someone makes a game it looks Japanese, but the gameplay and the dialogue and the story is all Western. Would you enjoy the game?
The closest to that would be something like Cowboy Bebop. No, that's still pretty anime.
No, well, that is actually a good point. Cowboy Bebop is a lot like that. It's very Western story.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. For some reason, I just didn't get into them.
It's just still...
My actual big problem with Cowboy Bebop is there's a slight underlying story between all the episodes, but you don't really care about it. So
I just want to say that we mentioned this stuff now because we still want somebody to just comment for us.
Explain to us.
Just give us an explanation of why anime is better. Because this is one thing I actually did look for on the internet. Like, I deliberately typed into Google, why do Japanese games why are they so different? Why do people like them so much?
Yeah.
Couldn't really get a straight answer. Just somebody in the comments, just give us like, this is why Japanese games are good and better than Western games, for one thing. And then also, give us like a list of Japanese stuff that isn't very Japanese. Like a Japanese show that isn't so anime. I really, really am curious to actually see one of these.
Well, Cowboy Bebop
is so anime it's not even fucking true.
Have you seen it?
Yes, it's very fucking anime.
It's not anime at all.
It's so anime.
Barely
the animation
anime.
Is anime.
Okay, but animation, forget about animation. The story is not anime. The story is
I would watch it and I can point out like minute by minute to you, that's a very Japanese thing to do. That's a very anime.
We're gonna watch a Cowboy Bebop episode and we're gonna comment on it.
Alright, we watch a Cowboy Bebop episode and I tell you, that's Japanese, that's anime, that's very anime, that's very
actually,
anime.
the style they did is very cool.
It's very anime.
And the soundtrack is awesome.
It's probably still very anime soundtrack as well.
It's jazz.
Yeah, that's anime.
How is that anime?
Anime, they like that jazz.
I think you're
just racist.
What's going on?
You see something a Japanese anime, and immediately you see naked 14-year-old girls with big eyes.
I just see Sailor Moon. That's the only thing I see when I watch that.
That is actually one of the big problems I have with anime. Is they sexualize children quite
so
a bit.
much, so much.
And even you get these arguments with these people. Then they tell you, well, this character is not 14 years old. She's 21 or 24.
Sailor Moon's,
but she's not. She doesn't look 21 or 24. She looks fucking 14.
Exactly.
That's wrong.
That is wrong. To be honest, we do cast like 29-year-olds to actually play 20-year-olds in Western movies.
Yeah, but not 40.
unfortunately.
And we don't sexualize them.
We do actually a lot. I
Okay,
mean,
we I'll take that back.
we have an entire Disney channel that's pretty much just sexualizing children.
That's true.
I mean, Miley Cyrus was being sexualized way before she cut her hair.
Okay, but it's not the same as Japanese.
No, it's not even
sexualized,
slightly the same. I'm just saying we also kind of do it. The Japanese just maybe do it a little bit more blatantly.
Yeah.
than Disney perhaps giving a 14-year-old girl a very short shorts.
Yeah. Well, 6 sells, man.
I guess we should probably just, instead of doing this, we should just make porno movies. Just have porno movies.
Comment on porno.
Pretty much. We would actually make a lot more. Get
Probably
a lot more
are,
views.
definitely. Although, if you're watching porno and
Two
for a
men are
reason
talking.
to listen to two guys talking about porno, there's something really wrong with you.
There is something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Not the guys commenting on the porn, because that's just guys trying to. I saw something.
Yeah,
Oh,
we see our
okay, so
first
these are
enemy.
there. It is. That's the first monster.
And these guys have some really cool monster design.
I saw that this one has like just lights everywhere.
Yeah,
I didn't get a very close look at it.
So now we're gonna see crouching around. Actually, this was pretty fun because you'll see I'm gonna die here, trying to run away.
I really don't know what it is. It's just some lumbering Hulk with lights on it.
Yeah, it's like this mesh of thing.
How does that actually kill you? Just sit
Well,
on you?
it has hands and feet. Maybe it kicks you in the teeth. You don't actually get to see how they kill you.
Oh,
You just die.
that's sad. I really wish they'd actually.
That would have been cool. It's the same
Because
with
like that was awesome in Alien
Yeah,
Isolation was
yeah.
the kill, the death scenes, like seeing the spikes
Yeah.
sticking from
that was
your
awesome,
stomach.
yeah. You don't even see that in like the Amnesia games. You know, they
Yeah.
just hit you.
That's something that I remember from the other games as well.
But I remember Amnesia, you could take a few hits, you don't die immediately.
Mm.
Yes, whereas here in Alien Isolation, you pretty
Immediately
much
die.
And the sound of this game is also awesome. It's really creepy.
Oh, he just saw you. You're fucked. Here he comes. I think he can really easily run away from that thing.
Yeah, but it's the same with Amnesia. The enemies are very slow.
Yeah.
You can really easily escape. Here, I didn't know where to go. That happens. It's really funny.
That's awesome. Oh, he's still coming. You're fucked.
So I'm going to the only area that I know that has a door, but I know it's closed and there's steam, so...
Yep. The alien and Alien Isolation already had you. Like the second he saw you, you're dead. So, that was kind of awesome. I am really looking forward to actually give that game a go now.
It's definitely fun.
Looks pretty awesome.
We were at a party. The earlobe fell in the game. Someone reached in and grabbed it. What a rock lobster!
Okay, and now for something a bit more colorful,
Yep.
cheerful, but probably even more disturbing than Soma.
Yeah, no.
Dropsy.
Yeah.
There's also quite a new game.
Internet's exploding with this one.
Yeah.
For some reason. Is it literally just because it's a creepy clown? I think it's really just
There's a lot of I haven't seen the parts,
that get emotional.
but yeah, apparently there's a lot of emotions involved, and it's actually quite sad.
A little bit that I found out about this during the trailers was that's your mother. And it's your fault that this happens.
I did not know that.
That's the only thing I know about this game.
I know you're a clown,
Yeah.
and you control a clown and a dog.
Yeah, no, the trailer had like some sort of a song with it. And the song...
Dropsy?
Exactly, and the song like
Oh,
explains that's your mother and you burn down the tent.
Yeah. So this is your standard point-and-click adventure game.
So standard.
But,
So standard point and click.
Yeah, even it looks like a fucking...
This looks exactly
Yeah.
like one of those the LucasArts point and click adventures from way back, and I won't be surprised if this is literally exactly what they tried to do.
Same engine.
Same engine.
Scum VM.
Scum VM. You could probably play this in a ROM.
Not Scum. Scum VM is the virtual machine used to play SCUM games.
Yeah.
The only difference this game has is that no one actually speaks.
Mm-hmm.
They just show you little icons, and you have to like
Figure out how to do the
Yeah.
puzzle just from...
which is actually quite difficult.
Yeah, no.
I remember what's that game? The World War One game.
World War One game?
That's made by the Assassin's Creed guy.
What?
You'll know what I'm talking about. Valiant Hearts
Oh, yeah?
also did that the same. They showed you like an image. Of what
Yeah,
you're
it
supposed
was.
to do.
It had no
But that was
voice
much
acting.
easier.
Yeah, no. That was a little bit more, not necessarily that much of an adventure game,
Yeah.
I think. It was an adventure game, but it wasn't like
A
strict.
point and click.
Yeah. It had simple puzzles and simple things you had to. That was more about the journey. That game is pretty fucking awesome, by the way. Anybody that's looking for an emotional journey in a game, start with Valiant Hearts.
I mean, if you like the old point and click adventure games, definitely play this game. It's really got the nostalgia.
Yeah, no, I can see that. It's like these games I could never play. I'm very.
I played them a
impatient.
lot.
Yeah.
I did play them a lot, but I've never been able to really complete them. They were pretty difficult.
Is that blood on his mouth? Not the clowns, the dog.
Oh.
Did the dog eat like a corpse?
I don't know.
Recently?
I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, you can control the dog as well.
That doesn't look good, dude. This game has so many very, 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 very fucked up imagery.
The funny thing is, like I said earlier, is when I started playing the game, I thought it was in Russian.
Oh yeah?
Then I realized.
No, it's just no. It doesn't have any actual any logic.
Just like Russian.
Just like Russian. We're gonna get so much flack from the Russians and the Japanese. It's not very good that we fuck around with the Axis powers.
Yeah.
We should probably not.
I mean, South Africa is pretty much Axis power.
At the moment, we're very much our president's going full blown villain.
Yeah.
It's like no, I'm just gonna go for the third.
If there's
term.
another World War III and the world is,
I don't think we're gonna be on the side.
then we're gonna go with China. Okay, but let's not go into that. Like, nobody cares about that. South Africa loves China.
Yeah, we love China a lot.
Apparently. Yeah.
We don't we're not gonna go into politics in this show. If we do like a politics show, we should actually just have like we don't have debates in our country. Our president mostly just says it happens and then it just happens. Yeah, we don't do the political debates.
So this game was developed by Tender Shoot and Jolly Corpse.
A Jolly Corpse?
And a Jolly Corpse had another game, which
Weather and Keep.
I have no idea about.
No. It looks a lot like an old school platformer as well. Looks like that's pretty much what they do. They just do these old school games.
And it was published by Devolver.
Yeah, which we all know, obviously. Makers of very, very creepy, bloody, gory games.
Yeah, so this game already fits.
Completely.
Yeah. So now you're gonna see this guy wants something, he tells you.
Just 3 things. He wants to go and dig a hole.
Yeah. And you can hug people.
Yep.
That's a big part of the game.
It's just hugging everybody.
And you get some Russian knickers.
Some happy clown.
And now he's telling you, present for girlfriend, I think.
I just got present and
And now go to...
he goes somewhere and dies. This game looks way too complicated for me.
I love those point-and-click adventure games. If they give me another one exactly like that, with actual words,
Yeah.
I would enjoy it. I really thought I would enjoy this game. When I heard about it, I went down like, I need to get this game.
Yeah.
Because I want a point-and-click adventure game. And the idea that, you have to figure out stuff with images sounded like fun. But when I actually played the game, it wasn't that great.
I played a lot of these, but not like actually with any enthusiasm. Just mostly because that's the only games I had to play. And I was never good at it.
Yeah.
I could never get past even the first part without
But
a
also,
walkthrough.
we have to say that at the time when those games were big, we were pretty young as well.
Very young.
Well, I played Day of the Tentacle not that long ago, and it was still pretty difficult though.
I can't play those games. It's so difficult. It's just I can't figure out what they want. I don't have the patience to go through my entire inventory, clicking on everything I see in the world.
That's the thing in these
just
games.
rubbing-
It's never you.
Rubbing
Yeah.
A against B.
And clicking everywhere in the scene.
I don't have
For
the
me,
patience.
that was the biggest problem with these games. Is it's easy to miss something that you can use in the scene.
Yeah, that's
So
actually.
when I get
think-
into a scene, I just click. I played The Last Door, which I fucking loved. It's an awesome game. Standard point-and-click adventure game, but big Lovecraftian theme once again. Soundtrack is amazing, but that game is like super pixelated. It's like a character's made up maybe like 10 pixels,
Yeah.
which I really didn't like because it was difficult to distinguish between
Make out.
objects in the scene that you can actually pick up. So in that game, especially, you get into a scene and you click the whole room to see what you can pick up.
What I used to do is actually, I wanted to see what the story was. I wanted to see, because I like the idea of a lot of these things, you know, the backstory. I like the whole story idea of them. So a lot of them, I just used a walkthrough and just played the game just to actually see where the whole story went. But, you know, these days, you just go on YouTube and you just watch a playthrough of the thing and you just get exactly the same thing. I did the same with Silent Hill 2,
Yeah.
just to see what the whole hype was behind it.
But I remember back in the day, playing these games, there were no walkthroughs.
No.
If you couldn't finish it, you just couldn't finish it. I remember playing Three Skulls of the Toltecs. We had that game for a long time, and we just couldn't get past one, like, part of the game because we had no idea what to do. And for years, this game just sat there on the cupboard. No one playing it because couldn't get past the part.
Yeah, the thing, one of the reasons I really do actually enjoy playing them, not necessarily, you know, figuring them out, but I do enjoy going through the walkthrough and because a lot of them actually were kind of funny.
That's
like,
the thing. I just want to say, yeah, like Sam and Max was a cool game.
really
It was funny,
was funny,
weird.
was good setting.
Yeah,
you know,
even the pirate ones, Monkey Island ones.
Monkey Islands.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
funny
yeah.
games. You wanted to see where the funny jokes came, you know, went and so forth. Now, we also have a little bit of news. There's not a lot of news, but we do have a little bit of news. The price for the
Battlefront. Yeah.
finally announced, and it's a big one.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
The deluxe edition goes for around $80.
Yeah, that's a
And then
lot of money.
You get the ultimate one for around $180.
$180
Yeah. So
for the ultimate edition. That's,
what does a PS4 go for now?
That's round about $400.
Yeah, and then they dropped the price now for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can buy fucking.
You can buy a PS4 or 2 Battlefronts.
Yeah. That's crazy. Games are
That's
getting way too
ridiculous.
much
How
expensive.
How? It's not even like, it's just all the DLC. It's just that's all just maps, just guns, just.
They said like Battlefront's not going to have any microtransactions, but I mean, and everybody was, oh, this is awesome. But you can't say, okay, it's not going to have microtransaction and make the game fucking a lot of money.
Yeah,
like a ridiculous amount of money.
It's a ridiculous amount of money for a game. $180 is a fucking crazy amount of money.
I don't know what you get with the Ultimate Edition though. Maybe you get like fucking cool statues and shit.
Nothing worth $180 fucking dollars. It doesn't come with a free blowjob in the box, does it?
The
like a
Elder
coupon.
Scrolls Online Special Edition came with like this awesome figure.
It's not gonna think I
wonder what it went for.
It's not gonna have a Stormtrooper helmet. I doubt it's gonna give me like a Stormtrooper
For
helmet.
$180, I want a fucking Stormtrooper suit, man.
Yeah, no, I could probably buy a pretty legit suit for $180. Like a proper. It has like in the helmet.
Sound and
Yeah, it's got like everything. A
display,
working blaster,
yeah.
for fuck's sake. I could probably get a working blaster for $180.
So a lot of these people, sure, I think that means they're sad.
I guess so.
I couldn't quite figure it out. No idea what she wants.
She's
but that
sad.
looks kind of strange. Standing
Yeah.
by this child, reaching
Just
down
pulling
your
up her
pants.
yeah. This game is very freaking freaky, dude. The clown looks really weird. He opens his pants when he looks at his inventory. His dog has blood on his mouth. I don't think that's makeup on the dog. That's definitely he ate something.
Yeah, so you can see I'm playing this game. I don't figure out much.
Yeah, don't watch this for a walkthrough.
Yeah. I do get some of the stuff.
Something about a joint?
She wants money, I think, because it's a church, apparently.
Is it a church?
Yeah.
I don't see any crosses. I see dead doves on the on the curtains.
Church. That looks like a church.
Oh, it's got a crucifix.
Yeah. He says, "Don't dig,"
Don't dig.
and he doesn't like you.
He doesn't like clowns.
And then you hug him.
What does he do?
You try to hug him.
But what did he do?
I think he just shrugged.
What the hell?
That looks straight out of something Miyazaki made.
That just freaks me out more than the clown does. Oh, he's having a quick masturbation there. Is it a he or a
I
she?
think it's a she. But she's hungry. She's rubbing her stomach.
Oh, looks like she's
And a lot of people is complaining about the church lady.
the church lady.
Yeah. For some reason. I think she's loud. This guy said, okay, that guy, clown is there, is gonna cause me to lose money.
Who's saying that? The store owner.
That guy, yeah, the store owner.
This game is very confusing.
I think that's what he's saying.
No, it doesn't want you in the store.
I'm pretty sure if you actually play the game, figure out stuff, there's cool stuff. I mean, people should like it. People like it.
I'm totally gonna go and watch a walkthrough on the internet on this one. I don't think
Get
it's
some snacks and watch it like a TV show.
pretty much because I have no interest in purchasing this. How much does it actually retail for? Probably around about $20.
Yeah, it's not
$30
a lot. I mean, all these Devolver games are quite cheap.
Very indie, friendly Devolver.
People don't like this clown.
I won't like this guy. This frickin' thing would scare the living hell out of me. If I saw this as a kid, I would be traumatized forever. I mean, if I actually saw the physical clown in front of me, I would be traumatized forever.
Any clown is pretty scary.
Nobody smiles that much.
He gives you a devil disc tape.
A devil disc.
Tape. Isn't that what you call them?
A devil disc tape.
Yes. Speaking about indie games, we were at Rage last weekend, which is South Africa's greatest tech and gaming expo.
That was fun.
And we saw a lot of indie games, because in South Africa we have the Home Coded Initiative, which basically is just a support for South African indie developers, and they showed some South African developed games.
Noticed something that none of them really know how to do it though. None of them really have any inkling of actually how to get their game out there.
Yeah, we asked a lot of them, what's your plan for getting the game out there? And
This is something that we
Yeah.
asked because we were really interested to see if it was going to be on Greenlight or because a few of them actually looked kind of interesting. The one we'll talk about a little bit, and the guys, none of them. We asked them, "Are you going to put it on Greenlight? Are you going to Kickstarter?
What are you going to do?"
And none of them were really interested in actually selling their game. None of them gave us any indication of this is how we're gonna do it, blah blah blah.
But I mean, South Africa is a bit behind the times.
Obviously.
This is the first time we saw. I mean, last year there were some indie games. I think that was the first year, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
it
we
was
actually saw,
a little bit of indie games. Nobody. It wasn't very popular booth either. It later in the day it got a little bit more people, but not even as busy as a board gaming store. But nonetheless,
for me, it's really cool to see these South African
so
games.
cool.
Yeah.
It was really
I actually
awesome.
read now South Africa's job market is in a steep decline, but the game development market is actually really
Big time
it's growing
picking
now,
up. Yeah. The one game we saw there and we really enjoyed it was Clutch Fighter. This was a very early stages.
It's a very standard game.
Yeah, no,
It's a very basic game.
If you've ever seen the game Rock and Roll Racing,
Yeah.
it's a lot like that. It's a lot of you actually
Without the actual racing.
without the racing.
Yeah,
it's
you
pretty
basically you control a vehicle. Currently, it has two-player,
much two-player mode. Yeah,
and you just kill each other.
Basically,
pick up weapons. Basic game. I mean, there's
the controls were great.
yeah, and it looks cool. It's like the pixel graphics is done very
I like
nicely.
the way that it looks a lot like rock and roll
Yeah.
racing, to be honest. But I really like that. And we talked about when the guy is planning on releasing it, and at the moment it's in very early development.
Yeah.
We're talking about very early development. The guy barely has a Twitter account on. But you guys should certainly have a look at it.
Strangely enough, he did a lot of effort with the displaying of the game. It wasn't just like a computer there. It was, he built like this whole box, arcade style box.
Arcade style box, and he was busy making the. I really like that. It's so endearing. The fact that the guy was sitting at the booth, actually making the sign for people to actually come and play the game. It was so. I found it so.
He was probably the smallest developer. I mean, the other games they were probably developed by teams. This, I think that that was just a one man game.
One of the games we're talking about that actually had a team behind it was Battle Arena Bots.
Battle Arena Drones.
Battle Arena Drones.
Or bad.
We played a little bit of this game, and if you ever picture a game like Descent going completely competitive multiplayer, then you've got an idea of what this game is. Also, very early development. It didn't show a lot of variety in the game. So
I think you had 2 weapons, a machine gun and a rocket.
Exactly, and
a really basic level design.
I'm talking about very early development as well. It's we could also talk about the fact that they actually had like a live multiplayer there, so you actually played the game 2v2.
Did we though? Did we actually play multiplayer?
I'm not 100% sure. Those could have been.
I talked to the guy and he said 2 of the players were bots, the rest were actual players. But I mean, they could have just thrown in other bots.
Just a bunch of bots, yeah. Because I was kicking ass in that game, and
I wasn't. I died.
No, I think I killed like 2 people.
I killed a bot and I died, and then I was like, okay, so this is the game. I know what's it about, and then I stopped playing.
So yeah, it's basically it's a first-person shooter. You play like this.
A drone.
You play a drone flying about in a
arena.
I guess. Yeah.
It's a lot like Descent.
It's a lot like Descent, but just
Descent,
multiplayer. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people know what Descent is.
Go Google Descent.
Yeah. Then you've got a pretty good idea.
1997 or 6 around that time.
It's a pretty old game.
I used to love that game though. That was a fun game.
We all loved it. Descent was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be in the background.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, this game didn't look very promising.
Personally.
I'm gonna be honest.
Luckily, our names isn't on our website, so
I mean, we have the right to fucking give a game critique.
Yeah, we'll release a proper review some point in the game.
I have to say though, I do like the idea that South African game development companies is going into the competitive market, which you didn't really see up until now. The only real big South African game at the moment is Broforce. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have battling with the door in the background.
Yeah, but
we'll get it in post-production.
Yeah, and we know that Devolver, as we said, is a big-time indie supporter, and they actually produced the game Broforce.
Did they? Was it Devolver?
Yeah, it was a Devolver game. It was a Devolver game, and like I said, they I don't know, I think they probably had something to do with the Shadow Warrior visceral cleanup thing.
Yeah.
That was also a South African game, but I think Devolver also had something to do with that because Shadow Warrior was a Devolver game.
Yeah, so now slowly but surely we're getting some more South African developers out there. Maybe in a few years we'll get to see more actual published games that are cool.
I want to see Clutch Fighter. I want to see Clutch Fighter on Steam at some point. BattleBot Arena just needs a little bit of work, but it might be a promising game. The question I posed to you earlier was, I don't see Call of Duty fans playing it. I don't see Battlefield players playing it. I don't see, any of these MOBA players playing it. That's the only problem.
It looks like a game that people will maybe play for a little while and just never play it again.
Exactly. I mean, you look at games like why Killing Floor is successful. It's because Left 4 Dead was successful, and this just takes the concept or the idea of the game, makes it completely not objective based, just badass based, you know. You're supposed to just get a bunch of weapons and just keep on killing stuff. But it basically, that's popular because I think a lot of people thought it looked a lot like Left 4 Dead.
And
then
zombies as well.
And zombies, yeah.
Zombies, people like zombies.
Pretty much. It's just, I don't think, I think 10 years ago, BattleBot Arena might have been a very big success, but now I think a lot of games are moving more towards, you know, much more competitive, fast-paced games, and that game was not a fast-paced combat game. It was like floating about the whole time.
Yeah.
Hoping you kill an enemy eventually.
Hoping you see an enemy.
Yeah. Took a long time.
Yeah,
to
a
kill
lot of
something.
developers are going to stuff that they know works.
Multiplayer games. The one game we also saw was something to do with a Little Red Riding Hood type of thing, which had the
Something
wooden
about
blocks.
a forest.
Yeah, that was kind
That's
of
actually
cool.
on the Play Store. I found it.
It was certainly it was
a puzzle game where you move blocks around to let Little Red Riding Hood get out of the forest.
Yeah, I can't remember what the game's name was, but it had pretty good
Something
graphics.
about in the
like
forest,
the graphics
yeah.
were kind of
It was
awesome.
pretty,
I liked the wooden look of everything. It was kind of awesome.
It looked like a turn-based strategy game.
Yeah.
Originally, I thought it was, and I was quite disappointed to find out it was just a puzzle game.
But you know, I'm gonna come back to the part where I think like the developers themselves, like they run into a big time wall in South Africa, especially. You know, a wall of not really knowing how to take the games to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, either they have an idea for a game, but they still don't really know how they want to sell the game. Because we talked about, you know, if the guys want to make it free to play, if they wanted to make it this way, none of them really knew. Like, they're always like, we kind of want to, we want to make money, we want to sell it like this. And then I told the one guy, I asked him, you know, I said, you know, it's kind of awesome that you guys are actually aiming to, you know, not necessarily make money out of the game, but, you know. And then he stopped me and he said, no, we actually do want to make money. And then I'm like, that's not how you make money, though. You're not going to make that much money by not making it free to play. You want to make money, make it free to play.
Yeah, but I mean, I can respect that.
That's what I was trying to tell the guy, was like, I can respect the fact that you're not trying to, you know, just exploit people.
You want to make money, but you still want to make a playable game that's not too greedy.
Yeah, and, you know, if they were selling the game for about 20 rand or something. That's like $2. The one game, I don't think they're going to make that much money with that type of thing. Especially if, you know, that game. The way they were making that game is perfect for a free to play game.
It was perfect. It's a mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's on the
It's on the Play Store.
yeah, or it's on the iStore. I'm not sure about the Play Store. I found it on the iStore. But yeah, that's a perfect game for a freemium game.
A freemium game.
Well, yeah, that was Dropsy. I hope you learned more about the game.
Yeah, go and do yourself a favor and you know, purchase both these games. Both of them, if you purchase them, you're going to support two companies that certainly do need it: Devolver and Frictional Games. You know, these are indie companies that could always use a little bit more money.
Yeah, although I'm pretty sure both of them are making a lot of money.
A shitload of money.
Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Enjoy the rest of your day.